Yo, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com, and today we got the performance review on these guys right here. This is the Q4 Sports Millenium Hi, and personally this is my favorite model of their lineup. If you were going to pick any of their models, this is the one that I highly recommend. This is an awesome shoe. I would equate this shoe to being kind of like their version of a Hyperdunk. It's kind of like the any man sneaker. So with that being said, let's go ahead, get right into it. So starting off with the traction, as you guys can see, nothing fancy, nothing special, and this stuff right here, this just worked. That's all I can say. It's good for indoors or outdoors. It's durable, and like I said earlier, it works. You can see that there is full-length herringbone. The rubber itself is very thick, so actually taking these from indoors to outdoors and vice versa, for me personally, it's been working fine. This pair I've been using strictly indoors, and then this pair here I've moved from indoor to outdoor and back and forth again, and I haven't had any real issues with the traction itself. There's no frills, no gimmicks, no storytelling. More importantly, this stuff right here is just tried and true herringbone, and it gets the job done really nicely. Now the cushion is what they're calling compress, and in this particular model it is implemented throughout the entire midsole. Some of them are going to be in the forefoot only, but this guy right here, it's throughout the full length of the midsole itself. And I have to say, for it being like a new product or a new foam, new brand, whatever you want to call it, the foam cushion system is awesome. It reminds me a little bit of what Brand Black did when they first released. These guys come out the gate with, you know, no shoes or anything like that, and they released this shoe, new cushion, whatever it is, blah blah blah, and you put it on and you're like, this is a new cushion, you know what I mean? Like this, it just feels really good. It's really bouncy, it's really absorbent. They've lowered it in the forefoot here so that you're still getting or maintaining a lot of court feel without sacrificing any less impact protection. You can feel and see it compress. It's awesome. It's not just called compress, it's actually a compression based foam based off of the initial design, which is off of what they call like a sea sponge. So I really like it. It feels like a normal height midsole, so you're not riding too high off the ground. You're also not riding right on the ground. It's, like I said, kind of like that everyman shoe, like a Hyperdunk, where it can cater to guards or bigger players that need a little bit more cushion. Something I went over briefly in the initial look is that they all of their models include this type of insole. This is an ortholite insole. It's pretty thin, but it gives a lot of step and comfort, which is nice. It's not going to give you too much actual cushion. However, right here in the heel, there is an additional EVA crash pad. So to kind of beef up the heel cushion, if you ever needed it, there is a crash pad there, which I think is awesome. Adidas used to do this all the time, and Jordan Brand used to do this too. I don't know why they don't anymore, but they used to. And if that wasn't enough cushion, inside there is a pour-on Strobel board, which is just a different type of foam that absorbs impact greatly, even though it's very thin. So basically you have 3 layers of cushion. You have the insole, you have the pour-on Strobel, and then you have the midsole itself. I mean, come on, dude. Like, what's not to like? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are gonna hate on the brand because of that right there. It's not a swoosh or a Jumpman or 3 stripes, but facts are facts. Cushion in this shoe is awesome, and that's all you need to know. Now the materials on these guys are pretty interesting. It's a 3-layered system. The base layer is made up of a mesh. What I like about that is that it's nice and free-flowing. It doesn't take a lot of break-in time or anything like that. It's there doing its job. It allows you to move fluidly without any real restriction. However, if that's not enough support for you, that's where the other 2 layers come in. On the medial side right here is a very thick, kind of like, I don't think it's synthetic leather. It feels like a rubber. It reminds me kind of like what you might see on a skate shoe for ollies and kick flips and things like that. But what it is, it's a retaining sidewall right here. It goes all the way from the back collar all the way up to the forefoot. And what that does is keep you caged and locked in upon lateral movements, and it does a really great job of that. So if I was going to compare this to anything, think of like Nike's Foamposite from the LeBron what was it, the LeBron 11. Those were strategically placed for containment, and that's what this is right here. It is placed on the outwall of the shoe for containment purposes. It's also really durable, which is a plus. Did I say medial side? This is the lateral side. My bad. Now the actual medial side features a thin synthetic fuse. It's very soft and all that kind of good stuff. It's not a thick fuse, so it's not gonna really create any hot spots or bind or pinch or anything while you're flexing the foot. And what this is for is strictly for durability, so it's in high wear areas. That way the the shoe doesn't fall apart on you. Now the fit for this model is true to size for me. I didn't have any issues going true to size whatsoever. There is a couple other models where I had to go down half a size and some might want to go up half a size, but for this particular model here, true to size works best for me. Now the lockdown is pretty good. The lacing system is very traditional, so the throat of the shoe right here is very standard, and that's exactly how they fit. When you lace them all up and everything, they kind of enclose up on the foot, and then you're good to go. And then the top eyelets right here, I personally don't go all the way to the top because the very top one is a metal grommet, and I don't like how those stick in my legs. So what I did is I just laced it to the second to last one, and I was able to get containment and support just fine out of the shoe. No heel slipping, none of that kind of stuff. Again, not all of their models fit this way, so for this particular model, go true to size and you should be good. Stay tuned for the performance reviews on the other models, because like I said, those ones do not fit the same. Now as far as support, they have a couple of really great features in place. At the midfoot, you have a typical TPU shank. They make it look like carbon fiber, but it's not carbon fiber, it's just TPU. And then they have this extended heel counter right here, which I think is awesome. It protects on lateral movements. It contains the foot from shifting off the footbed. By now you guys should already know what these guys do. They are implemented in almost every single shoe because they work, and having an external one like this is awesome. Now something that the brand goes kind of above and beyond is by implementing an additional shank at the midfoot. You can buy insoles that are built like this from other brands, like third parties. They're an extra like anywhere between $30 to $50 depending on which one you choose. But these guys right here, they come with the actual shoe, which I think is great. So if you needed just a little bit extra support, or you appreciated a little bit of extra support in the arch area, which most shoes do not offer, then these guys actually have it built in. I think it's great. And then my favorite additional support feature is not only the outrigger at the forefoot, but they also implement a very small one at the heel. It's not big enough to get in the way or anything like that, but it's just enough to where it does create some sort of additional support upon lateral movements. And then the rest of the support really relies on the overall fit and the materials used. Again, for me, these guys fit me true to size. The materials and the overlays that they use really contain the foot within the shoe and on the footbed, which I think it does a great job of. So that pretty much takes care of it for the Millenium Hi from Q4 Sports. Personally, again, like I said earlier, this right here, this is their best model. So if you want to try out the brand, this is the shoe to go with. The other shoes are pretty good, but they do have some flaws here or there. Again, I'll get into those in the upcoming performance reviews. This one right here though is the best overall or most well-rounded shoe. It offers some really great traction. The cushion right here is just fantastic. I don't know how else to explain it. For a new brand to have cushion like this, like they come right out the gate with a cushion like this, I mean, come on, man. The materials are what you see on other brands. You have textiles, you have fuse overlays, you have additional synthetics for, you know, support and things like that. So what you're getting in this shoe is not any different as what you're getting in another shoe, other than the logo itself. So yes, there are new brands out there, or sub brands, I don't know what to call them, off brands I guess, that offer solid performance. So if you were ever curious on trying out something new, just because it doesn't have a swoosh on it does not mean that it's bad. You know what I'm saying? There's shoes from Swoosh that are not that great, and they produce some shoes that are really great. Same thing with Anta, Peak, Li Ning, Jordan Brand. I mean, it's a thing, you know what I'm saying? So just because these are not something that you know of, that does not mean that they are bad. If you were interested in any more information on these guys, all you got to do is click the link in the description box below. It's going to head you over to WearTesters, where you can check out their performance scores, their weight, their price, all that kind of good stuff. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.